Well, honeybees are absolutely crucial in order for us to have food. They're hard workers. They're responsible for pollinating 80% of our flowering crops, which make up 1/3 of everything we eat. So it makes sense that tomorrow is National Honeybee Day. And here on the Suncoast, Sarasota Honey Company is planning a big celebration. Co-owner Alma Johnson is here to tell us more about our Suncoast honeybees. Well, welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
We're thrilled to have you, especially before this holiday.
I know, it's so exciting times.
All right, so I do want to start with, I know we've been hearing a lot in the news about bees are actually disappearing. So how worried should we be about, the decline here on the Suncoast?
We are concerned, and that's why we do beekeeping classes, because we really want to encourage people getting into the hobby and becoming beekeepers.
And so education is a big part of it for the public?
It's a huge part of it, and that's why we do what we do as far as doing beekeeping classes and educating the public through our tours, because we want to encourage a happy, bee-friendly environment.
Explain, I know we could talk about it for the whole show, but give us just an idea how important, if people don't know, are honeybees to the food chain?
Oh my gosh, 1 in 3 bites that you take, a honeybee is responsible for. So you wouldn't have your coffee in the morning. Nuts are 100%, dependent on honeybees. We'd have a very drab life. And sometimes I get the kids that say, hey, well, I don't like fruits and veggies, so what do I care? Well, I say, that yogurt that you like, the pizza, the ice cream, the hamburgers, those all would be gone too, because bees pollinate the crops that these animals eat. We would only be left with meat animals that only eat, wheat and corn.
So it's part of the big circle.
It's a huge part of the circle, yes. So, Albert Einstein had said in 7 years we would be dead, but he wasn't an entomologist. We wouldn't be dead, we would be very malnourished, and our diet would be kind of boring without bees.
So, all right, if people don't realize how important they are, that's a great reason to learn.
Yes.
And I know Linda actually did get to learn. She got to experience this firsthand. Linda, tell us what you did. You went to visit Alma.
So you took me to the hives, and we actually took some of the bees out, didn't we?
We sure did, and we have a VIP tour that people can book where we will do the same thing, take them into the hives and see the bees up close and personal.
Oh, now,
and they like you. They know you, don't they?
Well, I like to think so.
I know you're coming. Well, I know you're very invested in small batch honey from different locations. What does that mean exactly?
What we do is, because we find that we have safety in numbers, bees do better in urban areas and out in the country where they're exposed to monoculture and all the chemicals with big agriculture. So what we do is we have small batch honey, so you can see, it goes from pitch black to almost a reddish color to even clear color, because we keep our bees in the neighborhoods from Tampa all the way down to Inglewood.
That's amazing. So, and we can see that in front of Stephanie, the array of colors. So basically, the honey in my neighborhood in Sarasota could possibly look or taste different than the honey in Linda's neighborhood.
Oh my gosh, the honey from Palm Air looks totally different from the honey in Lakewood Ranch.
And
they're not even
crazy,
right?
Yeah,
totally.
Does it taste different too?
Oh, it tastes extremely different.
Well, you brought us an example.
I brought you guys some samples. So we're going to start with our Tampa Bay honey. This is near the Tampa Bay airport.
Wow.
And tell us the characteristics of each location as we taste it.
Well, this has a lot of, the flowers are very different from location to location, so it's hard to pinpoint it because every yard is different. We have a new thing new line that we've come out with, which we call Ultra Extreme Local Honey. So these are limited quantities, and they're from individual hives from backyards. The second one we have is from Brandon.
Oh, it's up near Steph's.
Those are my bees.
That's your neighborhood.
Those are my
flowers. Is there a benefit to eating more of the honey from your neighborhood?
There really is. By having and eating the honey that has the pollen from your neighborhood, your body is getting used to that pollen source, so it knows how to handle it when it comes into it in real nature. Wow. Skyway Bridge is a third one.
Good.
That's amazing.
And where's this from next?
Skyway, Terracea area.
Oops.
Okay.
And we were just so blown away when we were doing our harvest on how different the honeys were.
I like
its location.
Yeah, I like my Brandon honey, but I got to tell you the difference in just those few miles, unbelievable in the taste.
That is amazing if you have never tasted different honey.
Then we have Anna Maria as the next one over.
Oh, this is the secluded honey.
This is fun.
And we have so many other things for our folks to try at our honey shop too. And then we're going to jump to number 8, which is our Allergy Blend, and where we've blended all of our honeys from all the locations, because you're not just going to stay at your house in Brandon, you're going to come down to Sarasota.
What a perfect idea so that we can work work on our immunities for everywhere.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a blend of all the honeys.
When Linda moved, she should change her honey because now she's in a different neighborhood. And funny enough,
That's true.
Linda moved to over by where you are. You've actually moved your location to University.
Yes, we swarmed over to University Parkway, 2227 University Parkway. We've grown, our garden's gotten bigger. We're expanding on to exotic poultry so people can see our exotic chickens. We're working on getting our poultry license so you can have fresh eggs and
I gotta ask, how did you move the bees?
Yeah, I was wondering.
boy.
Carefully.
Yeah.
Carefully, I had some lights and started going like this, you know,
Oh,
trying
you
to
just
get them.
put their hives in your car and take off?
Well, we packed them up at night, and our girls are pretty heavy right now, so we're still moving them.
So they're having to find you.
No, we're physically moving them at night.
And they're in there at night and they just
Yes,
go, okay.
yeah.
And they
move 'em
just
at night.
woke up confused.
They woke up like,
You gotta
what's
figure
going on?
a couple got lost. I hope they find you.
Oh, well, we want to see the bees in their new location, and you can see them with the big National Honey Day celebration. You can stop by Sarasota Honey Company's new home on University Parkway to celebrate National Honeybee Day, or you can find them online at sarasotahoney.com.